Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
Because Hugger told me, I know for a fact we're live, but for some reason, YouTube won't tell people that we are live. So it's going to be about the wonderful people who are already here in the chat, Nisa and Drake and the panel. Let people know to tweet out. Well, I guess skeet out. What is it called on Blue Sky?
Lord.
People calling it skeet, right?
Stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what people are calling it.
If you're still on Twitter, tweet out. If you're on Blue Sky, skeet out. That the Lv1 Podcast is live, and we really appreciate that because YouTube won't tell people we're live. Listen, I even have issues when our amazing Backlog Barbarians goes live, which it went live just recently this last Sunday. YouTube won't even tell me that we're live. I gotta just know to wake up and set me an alarm because they talking about backlogs, and I'm not worried about mine because I'm not going to play those games no time soon. I buy games just to buy them because I may be a collector. But this week I'm gaming because there's so many dope games coming out, man. December is going to be packed with games. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about COD killers and Halo killers, and killers of games need to stop. We got to stop hyping these games to be killers of others, and let them just be their own game or their own, on their own merit. Because anytime a game is marked as a killer of a top franchise, it dies
immediately.
Right? And then one of the most anticipated games is coming out pretty soon, and it is free to play, and it's going to give competition to a game that has killed a lot of games in its category. But first, before we get going, thank you, man, for coming out and rocking with us. Expansion Podcast, Luke, I see you, my boy, coming through and rocking with us. Drake, Nisa, how, man, if you guys hit that like button, share the stream, that helps out a whole bunch. I'm going to get going with the introductions, and then we're going to get ready to talk these games, because this is one of the few remaining podcasts we have for the rest of the year. We want to end this out on a very, very, very positive note. So first up, my right hand, man, the floor hugger with the hardest of ours. What's going on, sis?
Oh, I missed y'all. I hope you guys had an excellent Thanksgiving last week. I hope everybody got to spend time and eat some good food, and I missed y'all. I really did. And we're here.
I like the Christmas tree. I like the Christmas tree. Looking all nice.
Balls on it, very Black Panther-y.
Very Thanos. Very, very Thanos. Next up, if your emails is popping and your DMs is full, that's us communications director of Lv1 Gaming, try to get a hold of you, baby. BanJ67. What's going on, Chief?
Can you guys hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear?
Nope. Can't hear you at all.
Okay. All right, good. I hate this place. Fire me now. I've been sitting here trying to. Oh, you guys can hear me. Hey, everybody. It's Baron J67. I am sitting here working and playing video games and podcasting and using a calculator. It's actually a TI 36X Pro. I got my TI 89 titanium. Yeah, I got that's the 84, right? No, is that the 84? Yeah. Why do I know that?
84 plus, baby.
Okay,
nerd.
Yes,
nerds.
Look, the fact that I knew her calculator off visual, nerd. Bro, I had the TI 89 platinum or titanium edition, and and people were running Doom and stuff on them. Yeah, like you could play games on them. Mario, Doom, what else? But yeah, clearly nerding out over calculators. Sign coast tangent, and yeah, thank you guys for being here.
Listen, before I continue the introductions, I need to give an apology to Strolly, right? Strolly, hear me out. I seen you on the other day when I was playing. I think me and Baron was on. And I asked myself, because listen, I have
don't throw me in this.
Listen, you will understand in a second. I have a very measly 1.3, 1.4 KD, right? And mind you, I don't think it's bad for somebody who's almost 40, right? I got like a 1.4 KD, right? When I play with people who I know, it's like sitting around a 2, and Strolly, I know you around a 2. I gotta ask myself, do I have the mental capacity to take an ass whipping multiple times in a row, right? And I was like, oh, there goes Strolly. Let me invite him into the game. Then I was like, not just yet. You're 36. Listen, you're young. Congratulations. Listen, Strolly, we're going to run this weekend. I seen you biscuits. I see that profile. I'm going to add you to the party, and we're going to get rolling. But just know, let me see my KD. I know it's high. But just know that I'm in a certain level of gamer, and I play with people who are ridiculous, and I'm in the lobby happy just to go even. Baron to tell you, we were playing with KP. I played with
positives. Oh, I just want to go positive.
Even.
Oh yeah,
because I'm tired of playing against still Team 6.
Man,
bro. I want to play with other dads who only got a few hours to play, but I got you, Strolly. We're gonna run it. But
I
just
played
know,
Warzone with her.
when I'm
She
playing with
cares.
higher levels, y'all people with 2 KDs and I'm a 1.4, I'm gonna go even. And you got to be okay. And I'm gonna play the objectives. So you know what I'm saying? I'll jump in front of Mr. President. Get down! I'll jump in front of a bullet for you.
HVT. Yep. HVT. We look out for that.
Mr. President, get down! I do that for you for sure. Next up, it's like super early in the morning. She just had her daily dose of beans on toast. Des, what's going on, sis?
I love you, Fame. You're one of those black people who can't let something go. Like this is gonna be. It was like with the chicken picture. We're gonna be talking about beans on
One
toast
of
2 years from
those.
now. So one of those.
One of those. One of you
But
people.
What you mean? You black?
You Kai.
one of those.
She been across the pond for 5 minutes. It got real.
And we
fancy.
already others.
No. You know what I'm talking about when you go to high school and you have those black guys who are your friends and they just can't let shit go. That's what I'm talking about. But
Why would
I
I?
be here. What? Oh, joke is old and dead.
Dare to be different.
Anyways, I'm
can't
happy to
breathe.
be here. I still have not had beans on toast. I will not be having beans on toast. That is not part of my dietary
Sam, I
thing
am.
or whatever.
I was just about
thank
to
you.
say that. Baron, get
I
out of
just
my head.
But no, it's good to be here. I'm sorry I'm not on cam. It's because I'm working on something that you guys should check out on the 9th because Black Voices in Gaming is teaming up with the Game Awards and their showcase will be at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check it out. We have some special stuff coming up. But yeah.
Yes.
We got somebody named Ben on Beast. Ben on Beast. Man, if your name was Beans on Toast, just would have made
Oh my
what
God.
Des said less relevant.
We
It
would
would have been
have
like
given you a
proving that,
membership.
that Des is
Bruh.
not dying, So,
Des is
but
gonna
listen,
kick you the
last
next
but not
time she
least,
sees you.
Des is
Not
like
even gonna know it.
4'11". I'm not concerned. Last but not least,
Damn, he had 2
DALLAZ.
inches off of me.
Man, what's up, y'all? What's happening? Oh, listen, I'm ready. I feel it's always like I don't like the breaks. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have people to talk to about video games. Everybody want to talk about sports ball and
Sports
golf,
ball.
which is another form of sports ball, I guess. I don't know. That said, I actually intended to think of like a random nerd bar for y'all. I forgot. I forgot to do that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I did not do my homework. My dog ate it. But I am ready to pot. So let's get it.
Man, we're gonna get into it, man. Fuzzy Belvedere, man. I see you guys up in there, Strolly, Scrappy Dog, man. If you guys do us a big favor once again, hit that like button because again, YouTube refuses to tell people when we go live, and I don't know what we did to YouTube to make them dislike us so much. But if you guys can do us a big favor and hit that like button, share the stream out so people will understand that we are live, and that would be much appreciated. Because I do want to go right into, I guess, the negative, which would be Ubisoft. I preference the podcast by talking about killers, quote unquote killers, right? We heard every game that came out was the Halo killer. Every other possible non-affiliated football games was the Madden killer. We've had so many different COD killers. They come and go. It seems like every couple of years we have a killer of a game. Whether it's we think about the top games in certain franchise, right? Whether it's racers, it's Forza. If it's a shooter, it's COD. There's always seems to be someone who game that comes out that for some reason the gaming community labels it the killer of a popular game. Well, let's just make one thing clear. A popular game is popular for a reason, right? So the worst thing we can do is to allow a new game to come into the world of gaming and immediately compare it word for word, bar for bar to the best in the business, right? Every battle royale that comes out doesn't need to be Fortnite. Let them do something different, right? But the problem is people want a reason to hate Fortnite. They want a reason to hate Call of Duty, and they use these games that come into the market as they hype them up, and highly likely, they never actually play these killer games. They just want other people to do it, so they have a reason to spew whatever they're going to spew with the clickbait thumbnail on YouTube and or X. Unfortunately, another game ran into this roadblock, and that is Ubisoft's XDefiant. This game had a lot of COD killer around it because a lot of people who formed this game were veterans of the original Call of Duty games. A lot of people talked about how the gunplay and everything looked really familiar. They had some different things going on with the game, with the abilities that were a little bit different than what we're used to from the straight up Call of Duty, which is I don't take this as Fame says Call of Duty is realistic. It's not, but it's more dove into realism than what was happening in the XDefiant, right? So it was announced originally, and it immediately got this is going to kill COD, right? It's free to play, and for the longest time, XDefiant had all the hype at the right amount of time because Modern Warfare 3 that came out, which the Call of Duty came out before Black Ops 6, it was, for all intents and purposes, the worst COD in a long time by a lot of people's metrics, whether you're talking about the multiplayer, whether you're talking about the story mode, which wasn't really a story mode, it was most like an open world, go here, go there. It wasn't really a true linear story mode like people are used to in COD, right? A lot of places gave it a 3 and a 4. So this was a perfect time for XDefiant to come out and say, yes, we are the new place to go for shooters. And it kept getting pushed back, and it finally came out, and they went and did their thing with streamers to get people hyped to play it, and no one actually cared. I didn't download the game at all. The game is going to be playable through season 3. Then that's going to be it. I never downloaded it. I don't know anyone on my friends list. I never got on the console, my Xbox, PlayStation, saw anyone playing it, but it got this level of hype because people wanted it for no reason other than people wanted the death of Call of Duty. They wanted to see Call of Duty fail, whether that's hatred towards Activision, the thing that was happening, or hatred towards Xbox. People, at least by words, they gravitated to XDefiant, and it came out at the end of the day, it was all for nothing because, again, another killer in this industry is gone. And B, I'm gonna start with you if you're cool with that. XDefiant, did you play it, and your thoughts on it being gone after seemingly a minute? Grand opening, grand closing.
It sucks because I know a lot of people who really, not a lot of people, but I know people who enjoyed the game. One thing I will say is I'm wondering if companies they're pulling the whole suit thing instead of the gaming thing. Like, for example, we kind of mentioned it before we went live. Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, like these games wouldn't make it if they released today. Based on how things are going.
They wouldn't have had time to fix it.
They wouldn't have been given the time. And maybe not so much Cyberpunk because of who's funding them and whatnot. That might be a different scenario. But for sure, like a No Man's Sky, like it just wouldn't. With today's climate, these games that people absolutely love because they were given time to breathe, wouldn't cut it in the way that thing. And then what sucks is it's not, you got closures that come along with this. You have it's just, hey, boom or bust, and when it busts, it busts. Like it's a wrap. And it's horrible, man. Like how do you tell a kid, hey man, that video game you're playing, you can grow up and make it? Like how do you even push somebody towards the field? How do you inspire folks to create these things that we love and we grew up with? And I mean, the whole reason we're all right here. Like, how do you sell any of that dream anymore with the way it's going? Like it's not okay. And I don't know where if they were losing money or if they just weren't there you go. Did they lose money or did they not make as much money as they wanted? And that's how ultimately that'll determine where I am with it. Because if it's an issue of, well, it didn't make as much as we wanted, that's why we're stopping. Well, that's horrible.
Well, free to plays have to have almost an immediate success. It's one thing with Cyberpunk and the other games because they charged you money that they got that money already
up front,
right? And they kind of almost had an obligation to fix the game because they got you for $70. With a free to play, it has to immediately start getting some people's money, or they're going to cut ties and run. But Dallas, I'm gonna swing over to you, brother. Your thoughts on XDefiant grand opening, grand closing?
I think it's kind of sad. Like it's so I never played XDefiant, and I know some people really enjoyed it. Some people was into it, and I intended to play it at some point. And the fact that if you know my gaming habits, the fact that that is a game that I would intend to play at any point, like you'd be like, okay, it must seem semi decent. It didn't seem like a bad game. But I think that's the perfect thing to the perfect question to ask. Rather, is exactly what Barry said. Like, did y'all lose money, or did you not make as much money, or are we just going with the trend of killing things off before they can before they reach their final form? Are we just going with that now? I think the using Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky as an example, those were both games I got in early on. I followed the development. I was there day one, and I enjoyed what I played day one, and I enjoyed the final form that much more. To think that like there's a trend starting of that no longer happening, or that could mean that we don't have options like that any longer, I don't know. I hope the bubble bursts on that quick.
Listen, but before I swing over to Dez and Hugs, I forgot to do this really quickly, and I do apologize. Listen, we do have 2 goals on the screen, two new channel members, 10 new subscribers. I promise you, what we do with the money, we have an independent website, Lv1Gaming.com, that we love. It's our passion. It allows us to do the things that we're doing and bring the coverage that we're able to do. So if you guys consider becoming a channel member, we have a goal of 2 for the podcast, or 10 new subscribers. That helps us out a whole bunch. We have multiple tiers that you can choose from. Anything helps. Thank you so much. Hugs, I'm gonna swing over to you, man. XDefiant. This was supposed to be the COD killer. This was supposed to be, hey man, they got COD veterans over there. The gameplay looked very similar. It's free. You don't have to play $60 for a game, and now it's gone. Your thoughts on XDefiant and Ubisoft pulling the plug?
I think we need to start looking at Ubisoft almost like Warner Brothers, because this is the same company a year later shut down Hyperscape, and the same year announced they had 8 other battle royales in the works. That makes no sense. Ubisoft is doing weird stuff. We know Ubisoft has troubles, and I mean, we can talk about Beyond Good and Evil. We can talk about the quality of Assassin's Creeds. We can talk about
exist.
It does not. Watch Dogs, like we can talk about so much. But I'm honestly not surprised, because this is not their bread and butter. Sieges. And Siege is just having, I think they just announced another season or another event. So
is Siege free to play?
Their bread and butter. No, but if you wanna, if you're part of Siege, you're playing Siege. You know? It's like Eve. You play Eve, or Eve plays you. I don't know. I'm not surprised by Ubisoft at all.
He was muted. Oh, okay. Now, because somebody else in the chat brought up Rainbow Six Siege, and I thought that game, you have to pay for that game, right? It's not free to play, right? But I think again, because Siege originally, like, people are down on it, but it made a comeback. But I think again, it's another one of those games where they got something from you already, and they decide, we got some money back. Let's try to fix the game, and now people are hooked to it. Dez, I'm gonna swing over to you. You normally bring logical thoughts to these types of conversations. The killer, Halo killer, Forza killer, COD killer, another one bites the dust. Your thoughts on these labels being put on these games and they ultimately don't succeed?
I think it's not like the industry is putting the labels on these games. It's just like you said earlier, it's
Gamers.
people putting these labels on these games. I don't think it really matters what the people's opinion is too much anymore, because it's about the bottom line. It's about making that money. Companies and investors are betting on things that have sold well in the past, and that's just really what it is. So I don't think anything. It's almost like people are throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping something sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but you'll always have this kind of chatter. And I think the sad thing is that what Baron was saying is that, like, I mean, my answer to it was make more indies and play more indie games, but the idea that, like, kids growing up on games aren't going to have anything to, like, really look forward to in the future when it comes to, like, playing these AAA games. But I think we're a different crowd. I think millennials are such a different and unique crowd to when it comes to video games because it kind of started with us popularizing it, right? So I think it's a little different. I don't know how the next generation is going to feel about it, but I think the industry is biting itself in the ass because the current generation of game players and developers are kind of tired of their BS. So,
No, no, I'm totally with that. And again, these labels come for gamers, and I will say this. And correct me if I'm wrong. Some, and we're gonna talk about this a little later. Like some games kind of market their game as the hey, we're the competitor to this, and they kind of shoot themselves in the foot by doing that. It's not an over abundance of it because most of it again it comes for gamers. But dang man, I just wish these games like the next because there is a game I do want to talk about later on that's coming out, and I was on TikTok today, and the first thing this content creator got 500K subscribers, right? Oh man, the next COD killer is. I'm just like Jesus Christ, man. We're instant like the game isn't even out yet, and we're instantly going. Yep, the next COD killer is on the way, and I think you know people who have massive followings once they put that stuff out there, it's kind of hard to come back. And these games, they have to be at a certain level, otherwise they fail out. They fail almost instantly, and I think that's what happened with XDefiant. I did put a poll up. I do want to ask the chat, man, if you guys played XDefiant. So far, 86% say no. I think way more people talked about XDefiant being this, that, and the other than they actually playing it. I don't know anyone in my circle that played XDefiant, honestly. B, did you say you played it?
Yeah, I played it. It was not bad. It just there was some,
It wasn't COD.
it wasn't
Is
COD.
that what it is? Like it was not bad, but if I want this experience, I can get it in Call of Duty.
Yes, that, and then what else was it? The whole I always used, what were they called? Third Echelon, the people from Splinter Cell. Because that was the thing too. It was an operator based thing. Like everybody had very specific abilities. The gameplay was fun. There was the cosmic. It had everything. It just was not COD.
It wasn't COD.
It wasn't COD, and I don't know what that means. All I can say is
what it means, but
it's just provocative. It gets the people going. But no, all seriousness, I played it, but if I was gonna boot up and it was like XDefiant or Call of Duty, I'm going to play Call of Duty.
Because listen, if nuts. Oh, go ahead, Hugs. I'm sorry.
I think because this isn't. Let's be honest. Ubisoft shutting down another game isn't a topic that really. I think why we are so strung up about this. Des said it best. We are the millennials. We kind of believe in, especially with our site, journalistic integrity. We're not journalists, but we believe in the standards of stand what you believe in, say the right things, do your research, and make sure you're informed. A lot of these modern content creators are just, they don't have to worry about somebody coming back and saying that was a bad take, because people today do not care. If they get something wrong, notes app apology and move on. We care because it's something important to us to be like, why are these labels being put on this game? But if you put COD Killer on, you get 50,000 clicks and then you move on with your day, even if it's wrong. That's sad, man. Because Ubisoft,
I do want to ask
down all day, every day.
I want to ask you guys in general, and anyone feel free to jump in. And are we at the point now to where, and again, we don't know the future, and if nuts and coconuts and all that stuff, right? Are we at the point now to where a game like COD, Minecraft, Fortnite, they are too big to ever be dethroned?
No, because at one point, Halo was always going to be king, but there was other games. Killzone was very popular for PlayStation. Where is it now? There's always a chance it could be. You're always going to fall out of favor eventually. Dead or Alive was a fantastic fighting game until it got greedy.
Oh man, DOA. RIP.
Yeah, Virtua Fighter, Streets. Like, there's always games that fall out of favor. Even it's not Streets of Rage.
Street Fighter.
fell
Yeah.
out of
What was it?
the
What was it?
game.
4 or 5? Yeah, one of
Yeah.
them. Like
But
it was
here's
about
the thing
Fallout,
with COD. COD did fall out of favor.
and it still
And
sold like
Black Ops
crazy.
6 is, you know what I'm saying? I think, and I think a lot of it comes from a financial thing too. I don't think another studio or another company is going to put the money behind a yearly blockbuster like Xbox / Active. I think money has a lot to do with it as well. Where it's like, who's going to come in and day one put the money behind this type of game, knowing that the king is right here? That means you got to come in and say, you know what? I'm going to, number one, outwork and then outspend Xbox / Activision to be able to take over Call of Duty. Not saying every game that comes out needs to take over Call of Duty, but I guess more specifically, it's why I asked, will it ever be dethroned, right? Because when it comes to FPS games, right? When you think about a competitive FPS shooter, it's Call of Duty. Grandma's gonna know Call of Duty, right? It is, when you think of shooters, Call of Duty. I just don't know if we'll, because of how companies are going to be scared to really put themselves out there and put the money up front to be able to create something, because COD's coming out every year. And it maybe one day every other year, but it's coming out every year. And it has an established fan base. It's going to be hard to compete with that financially, with companies willing to shut down the studio within days of it being open because the game didn't make a lot of money. I think because of the financials behind it, Samurai J says Battlefield. Battlefield
Well, you gotta also
EA,
think.
it's EA.
I was about to say it's another money thing. But you know what else? We're talking popularity, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you're talking.
Okay. Because you got games like what is it, Delta Force? You have Escape from Tarkov. You have this is what I'm saying. These games are, and Delta Force ain't even fully out yet, and I don't even. And people are spending money over there. I think in terms of the plug and play, just the straight up, not console exclusive, but for the most part the console experience. Yeah, COD's got it. But Halo is a perfect example of things falling off. I mean, Halo was on the cover of
Ubisoft.
Yeah, they yeah.
I'm a Hyperscape.
Yeah.
And I was gonna bring up Delta Force as one of those big December games, right? But here's my problem with Delta Force, right? I think it has a lot of things going for it, but it didn't release on console. It's only on PC, and that's why it no matter how popular people having fun with it right now, it's not gonna make a dent in Call of Duty, because it's PC only. And I think, and because December has this was one of the many, and I'm going to switch over now, many December games. Like, this is an incredible month, right? So just to name a few, we got obviously, like we just talked about. I have my list here. Delta Force. What is wrong with my mouse? Marvel Rivals, which drops tomorrow. People saying it's the 6th, but it drops tomorrow night. Path of Exile 2. Indiana Jones and the Gray Circle. We got the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reader's Rewind. There is so many freaking games. I like the Fairy Tail anime. I ain't really in the Fairy Tail game, but Fairy Tail 2 is dropping. There is a lot of games dropping in December. So I want to ask y'all, what are y'all most excited for in December? Chat as well. There's a lot dropping in December. On top of that, It ain't for everybody, but the first Descendants season 2 drops tomorrow, and I'm super excited for that. The trailers had me hyped. Yes, we got a studio from the East that's dropping with a black character, which was huge because a lot of games, like people play Genshin Impact, and honestly, they've been screaming for a black character, and they can't get one. And then my game from Korea is dropping a game with a black character, and his lineup is fresh. He don't got the Killmonger dreads on, and he looks strong as hell. I can't wait to grind out for him, right? So I want to ask y'all, out of all these dope games dropping in this month, what are y'all looking most forward to? D, I'm gonna start with you if you're still there.
I think so. I was intending to use December as like a backlog month. Certain people who shall not be named may or may not have inspired that, but it was gonna be like the time where I caught up and stuff. And what ended up happening was I re-downloaded Cyberpunk to work on that 300th hour. I did do that, but I do intend to at least try Marvel Rivals. I do intend to at least try Indiana.
Marvel Rivals? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know it's not really my type of game, but it is my type of like source material. So I feel like I should try it. I like the character designs. I like what they did with some of the characters. So I figured, it don't hurt.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. Like my hype, and I'm gonna talk about more about Marvel Rivals and what it's going up against. And kind of reference back to the Killers topic we talked about earlier. But B, so we go over to you, man. December's packed, man. Indiana Jones, Marvel Rivals. What are you looking most forward to, man? Because we're ending this is probably one of the best end of years we've had in a long time. Usually at this point, things that are really released in November. We don't really get major December releases like this ever.
For me, I am looking forward to Rita's Rewind. Power Rangers, man. Like when I legitimately screamed because I was at the Summer Games Fest when they showed it, and I legitimately whooped and yelled and acted like I wasn't raised in a home. It immediately made me the nostalgia factor. Like they went old school Power Rangers. It has mini games. You get to fight with the Zord. Like it just side scroller beat 'em up to the max. Like it is. Oh man, that's what I'm looking forward to. Now the real thing is, will I play it right away? Probably not. Because it's just
are there any of these games in December that you're going to jump right into, or are they all just going to your backlog?
They all going to the backlog because I got Stalker up right now. I'm probably not going to play indie. I'm not
no interest in indie.
Well, I'm not a big like Wolfenstein, Doom, like these games.
What if it was third person?
And made by Naughty Dog, sure.
Oh my god!
No offense. Like no offense. It's just they've never just like I'm not character action games like Nier and stuff like that. Devil May Cry, Wolfenstein, Doom, Machine Game. Like these.
You like what you like.
Not. Yeah,
you don't get down on machine games.
Not really. I never really have. It just never really grabbed me to a point to where it's like I gotta play it. Never.
I feel the same way with RTSs and like XCOM.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I ain't playing no.
I do like the XCOM type games though.
I was gonna say tactical turn based. I got my whole wish list is full of small indie.
I like turn based. Persona.
I will say this, and it kind of what we talked about before. I don't see no excitement for indie. Like, isn't this supposed to be a big title?
I hope. Let me say this. Let me say this. I hope it's a surprise hit. I hope it turns into one of those moments. No, I know. Well, yeah, no, I got you. It's a big release, but how do you convince more people to be excited for Indiana Jones?
This younger generation don't give a damn about indie.
This is what I'm saying. Like they would. It's funny. Take everything about Indiana Jones. Don't change a thing, gameplay wise, and just put like John Wick, and it would have did better.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, don't change a thing about it.
Can we get a John Wick game though?
But you see what I'm saying? And because now in my head, it feels more like I'm thinking more of Pitch Black, Escape from Butcher Bay, Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick, like that, and that's what this game looks like, which isn't bad. It just, I'm good. Like I really think if they would have skinned it as John Wick, it would a million times have done better.
Oh yeah, if it was a character that people connect.
Yeah,
with. Indiana has been. I mean, I love Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones was old when I was young. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that. It was old when I was young. It was already old. Like it.
But they haven't. The character hasn't evolved.
It was new when Fame was young.
Yeah.
It's still kind of the same kind of, guy looking for. I don't know. Indiana. I don't know. It's just like, when they tried to reskin Tomb Raider, I thought they did a good job, right? Because she really hasn't had any growth. She's still kind of the same character. But Indiana has been the same kind of sarcastic dickhead since the movies. So
yeah.
And I think part of the problem, shout out to Emmanuel A1. I know the embargo lifts tomorrow, but he says Hip Hop Gamer dropped a video saying Indiana Jones is straight fire, right? I think part of the problem, and because you guys talked about the recognizability, right? I mean, most of these people who are, it's an old character, right? I think the game should have been third person. I think that action of seeing, yes, Troy Baker is amazing and his voice is going to do good, but I think the act of seeing Harris, because is it Harrison Ford has the face model?
Yes, it's his face.
Yeah,
no, it's
I think seeing that, but not just in cutscenes, and seeing the iconic hat and him throwing. I think because people automatically, we know Uncharted is it's a child of Indy, right? We know this to be true, right? Mm-hmm. And I know part of people, if part of them would say, "Oh, if would have made it third person," a couple of issues would have had. Number one, Machine Games specializes in first with FPS is number one, and number two, people would have said, "Oh, it's just an Uncharted ripoff." And I don't think that's necessarily
that's not bad.
That thing when you got a great developer making a Uncharted ripoff, you let them do it.
Let me give you a moment. How do you got, like, for me, Uncharted, the best thing about Uncharted has always been the melee. And I love the melee in that game. Like any chance, it just feels visceral, like a realistic fight. Like you throwing a punch and you kind of falling with it. Like they're fighting, right? Imagine that with Indy, and you got to pick up your hat every now and then because it gets knocked off. Like something just so simple. Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been clean. I could see clips all day, like you duking it out, and then somebody just catch you with a stray one, and your hat just flip off, like mad because I'm styling on you.
And I'm with you. Like I'm seeing slide cross that third person isn't the issue, and I'm with you. I get that when people saying, "Oh no, being a first person is fine." I'm gonna tell you, I can only speak for me personally. My excitement would be higher if this game was in third person. Unless it's a shooter.
But would you play it?
Huh?
Would you play it? Because we get excited for games all the time. Yeah. You'd play it.
Nope, I'm playing it. I'm excited for it. I'll be more excited, and I would like it better if it was in third person.
Gotcha.
That's just me. I think any game with like an iconic character, or any game where this isn't the case, but it's like a game. Like I hate games where like you create a character and then you're in first person. I'm like, this is stupid. I rate this character and I want to see his hair touch the back of his butt. Like I want to see my character. Like I want to see my characters. It is what it is. I'm still excited for it. I want to play it. I know for a lot of people, including myself, they really prefer this game to be third person. Like I think that goes more to, I think people were expecting it. People were hoping for it. I think the game will still be good. I hate there's no excitement. But before I switch over, Hugs and Dez and Dallas, I want to get you. I guess Dez and Dallas, I got to Dallas already. Dez and Hugs, I got to Dallas already. Y'all excitement for these games in December. Is anything out of this big chunk of games coming out that you guys are really excited for?
Nah.
Give us
You
a reason.
know, I think I'm burnt out kind of with everything that's coming out and like trying to keep up. So I just play what I play. And usually I'm very late on stuff. But I mean, like, that's where I'm comfortable at. Like, I seriously can't be trying to play every game that comes out every time I see it. There's certain games that I get really excited about. But the last time I was super excited about a game was Baldur's Gate 3, and I still haven't finished it. So that just tells you a
Same.
little bit about
Same.
me.
Wait,
So
y'all
yeah, and
didn't?
now I'm
Y'all
playing
was
Diablo
excited for that
4.
game.
Oh,
It's
don't get
okay.
it twisted. I got
It is
hours in the
yeah,
game.
I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time in the
Hours.
game.
But I ain't
There's just
finished it.
Hey,
so
and
much.
Path of
There's
Exile
so
Path of
much.
Exile 2 looking good too. What about Path of Exile? You're not excited
I'm
for
not
that?
touching that.
Looking good.
I'm not touching that.
No,
I have a
I
life.
No.
just started Diablo 4. Just started it.
I
You'll burn
bought
So
through
that
it
because
quick.
Baron gave me FOMO.
yeah, I'm trying not to look at any new games that are coming out because then I get sad because I don't have the time. And I just
Yeah.
don't feel like spending money on things that I don't know if I'm ever gonna play. Like, for example, I bought Life is Strange ages ago, watched somebody else play it because I just didn't have the energy to go through and make all the choices myself.
What?
Yeah,
She told us she was watching
I
the
would
full
come home from.
playthrough.
Oh yeah, I'm on the third. Which one? I've watched the first two games of
The one that you
Dragon
put
Age.
80 hours in. Oh yeah, Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the first one, and then Dragon Age 2, and now I'm on the next one. And can I just say this really quick? I know this doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but I do not understand the angry hype around people saying that it's woke. Like, if you've seen any of the games from the past, it's literally like that has been their
Headline
thing,
catcher.
is to have strong women in these roles, and not even the character you create. There's like other women who are like leading the things. It's just incredible. I thought it was
I
really good.
I
Yeah.
think
But yeah.
anything is anything is gonna get that label. We're fighting an uphill battle. Honestly, with
I
that because
hate how they took
If you
it
got women or
and
black
turned it
people,
into that. Yeah, I hate how they took it and like just construed it into something super negative because that's woke was supposed to be this thing. It was supposed to be a warning, right? It's supposed to be like, make sure
yeah,
you're paying attention to what's going on
Mhm.
around you. And
it's
now it's like it's woke because they put a black person in and they have an Asian baby that they adopted. Like, I'm upset.
Yeah.
it's
That's
our
not
fault for
right.
letting people who
at
don't
this
even
at
know
this point
dictate the
at this
meaning.
point I
Yeah.
don't want to waste energy on because people are
Amen.
gonna do what they want to do with it.
This is true.
It,
This is true.
it's not even worth wasting energy on these folks no more. So I'm gonna push forward while sort of going backward. Um,
Huh?
I'll wait for B to come back and have him take over. I got time. So I do want to go forward while also going backwards a little bit because I do want to talk about a few things. So we talked a little about killers earlier, and I meant to bring this up, but I didn't do it. So hero shooters, right? So if you guys remember, of course, we all know Concord came and went. Paladins died. Lawbreakers.
Oh.
Remember, I really enjoyed Lawbreakers. Honestly, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it a lot.
Shout out Lawless
But now
Gang.
Lawless. See, I was telling Banner about that earlier. Lawless Gang, yes sir. But now we got Marvel Rivals, and it's like I said, it's coming out tomorrow. There's a lot of hype around it. Overwatch 2, well, Overwatch seemingly, like those other shooters I mentioned, Overwatch seemingly sucked up all the oxygen out of the room. So those games like couldn't exist. Like you think a hero shooter, it was Overwatch, right? And in Overwatch,
Mhm.
it has this somewhat love-hate relationship the community has with it. Like they love it one day and they hate it the next day. And I wanted to ask, does Marvel Rivals and with the excitement and hype behind it, is it capitalizing at the right time? Because honestly, when it comes to like Overwatch, you don't see a lot of people talking about it or playing it much. Like it's Valorant, and these other games, but it's never really Overwatch 2 anymore. B, I'm gonna swing you because I need you to host for just a quick second. Is Marvel Rivals right on time so that it doesn't fall into Lawbreakers, Paladins, Concord? Is it hitting at the right time and also having that Marvel? Like, if you take Marvel away from it, it probably dies, right? We think this was the right set of not studio, but the right set pieces to be able to overtake Overwatch, or at bare minimum, not be the next Lawbreakers.
I will say that Marvel Rivals was actually perfect for this situation. They did everything right, because the worst thing they could have did was make it first person. That would have been the worst thing, because now you have all these great characters that people love to see. You know, all of these characters they're known for their words, but they're more so known for their image. Like, when we see them, that's, when it's not like, I think Peter Pan, because my kid's reading Peter Pan right now, but Peter Pan was more book than to image. Then everybody knew the look of Peter Pan. But when I think of the Hulk, it's not anything he's ever said. It's how he's always looked, and what he's done on pages, and what he's done in movies, and what he's done in anime or in cartoons. Like, that is the first positive decision they made, was by making it third person. And of course, with third person, just like with Marvel Snap, you got all the different variations of characters you're about to get. You can literally have 1.5 million different types of each character, and people are going to go for it. It's multiplayer. So now, from what I understand, it's not cross progression. That's a knock to it. That's a little money grubby to me, but I get it. It's a free to play. They want to make their money. If it lasts 5 years, it'll probably be cross progression in the future. Everybody ends up doing it. Who last? Warframe did it. Destiny did it. Like, it just.
I did do it.
Yeah, like it's that's gonna come in the future if it's not already on the way. But yes, it is. This is a good time. Now, do I think it'll kill Overwatch? No. Nor do I want to, because we opened up and that's what we talked about, right? I don't want it to kill anything. I'm tired of gaming stuff dying. Like, that is not a thing I want to see in this world anymore. So I will say that this game is going to do very well, because you got people who are loving the gameplay, and it's Marvel. They could think about the battle passes and what they're going to look like. They could do themed battle passes. Let's say you do Madripoor. Like, that's a deep cut for my comic book nerds. And think about it. Like, you got Logan wearing you got X-Men Wolverine wearing just a jacket and jeans, and then you got everybody in like street clothes looking like pirates and whatnot because of Madripoor. Then you can do the actual X-Men. You can just, the battle pass themes are good, and then you got new characters who you can constantly introduce.
They're 33 off the rip.
And that was a genius move. Because now it's going to be such a variety, and the whole meta stuff that's going to happen. But for the most part, people are really going to pick their favorite character and play as their favorite.
And then
character.
off the rip, they're showing you, for Wanda, they're going to have her Multiverse of Madness as a cosmetic. They're instantly, like Logan, you guys seen what they have for him, but then they're going to have a cosmetic for him, and it's called Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, they're going to lean into everything we love, all the iconic suits. They're bringing out. When I saw Cloak and Dagger, I was like, "Yo, they deep cut. The bag is deep.
Yeah,
the bag is deep.
And if they'll do Cloak and Dagger, they'll do anybody.
Yeah, if you have the money, wouldn't you do it?
Hell yeah. Oh, and this is, let's be real, this is where the last Marvel multiplayer game fell off. Not enough variety of characters, and it wasn't free to play at first.
I don't know if I missed this. One of y'all might have grabbed it. $2 super chat from Jay Brown.
Oh no, I didn't
give away a copy of Avowed. Tune in. Shout out to Jay, man. That man really be doing the thing. He a real supporter of Lv1 Gaming. Might be giving away a copy of Avowed. He did one for Stalker 2 just recently. Make sure you guys get that man a follow. And Avowed comes out in February. Another game that's like, hey, Xbox cooking. They cooking. But yeah, man, I think. And I'm sorry if I have to step away for a second. I think Marvel Rivals is right on time. I do think it being Marvel, pick any random name and these not be characters that we all know and love and grew up with, it might not stand a chance. Let's just be honest with you. I think knowing that I'm going to be a problem with Wanda Maximoff, and I'm instantly going to buy that Multiverse of Madness skin. I'm about to go crazy. Like, this is something I think a lot of people have been really asking for, is this type of hero shooter with characters. Because let's be honest, people, when they see, Overwatch has a new character, what's the first thing they do? They instantly judge how that character looks before they judge how that character play.
Yep.
And these folks don't really care about. I mean, yeah, they care about how these Marvel characters play, but they instantly going like, "Oh my god!" Because before Wolverine was announced, they were screaming, "I hope Wolverine's in the game." And then they gave you what's his name? Dragon Fist. Why am I drawing a blank? Help me.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
Right? And it's not Danny Rand.
I was
hype.
I thought it was Danny Rand. Yeah, I was saying his government. I was like, Danny Rand.
No, it's not Danny Rand. So people, I'm telling you, man, Marvel Rivals is right on time. I think they hit a lull in Overwatch, and they had the right stuff attached to it to make this game. And it's free. We talked about Concord's issue, $40. This is free to play, and the battle pass for season 0 is $5. And they're telling you, even if you don't buy the battle pass, they're going to give you an epic quality skin for free on the free battle pass. You said 2? It's 2? Oh, he's saying peace. He's saying peace. And I think that's super dope. But it's exactly right on time. Baron going to dip up out of here because we hit the end of our show. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that came through and rocked out with us. Listen, man, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Please consider becoming a channel member. We have multiple tiers. We have a very what this does is helps an independent site, Lv1Gaming.com, continue to flow and continue to work. That's where our channel memberships go to. We try to do extra stuff for our channel members, so you guys are freaking amazing. But we're gonna get up out of here, man. If you haven't hit the like button, subscribe. Again, consider becoming a channel member because that's one of the best ways you can help and support independent game journalism. But we're gonna get up out of here. With all that said, congratulations, you guys leveled up. This is the Lv1 Gaming Podcast. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.
Sarang.
Oh yes.